Welcome back, pipsqueaks of all places. I'm Overdrive, and today I'm visiting a museum. To be specific, the DAF Museum in Eindhoven, the Netherlands. And actually, I visited the museum twice. And the first time I went there to visit a specific vehicle. Now, DAF as a brand is known mostly for its trucks. Lots of trucks. It's more likely to be the favorite of a Euro Truck Simulator player than a stunts player. But back in the day, they also made smaller family cars. And one day, in 1968, for the Geneva Motoring Show, they told designer Giovanni Michelotti to make them an eye-catcher. And oh, he did. The DAF Siluro is my candidate for probably the most beautiful car ever designed. And I'm here to take measurements and pictures so I can recreate the car in stunts. But it's not just those gorgeous looks I'm after. The thing that set those little DAFs apart from the pack was a stepless automatic transmission known as the Variomatic. A pulley system made it so that you always had exactly the right gear ratio, rather than having to shift between set gears. The system failed to conquer the world because it was too heavy and there was a loss of power. But one curious side effect was this. Each driven wheel got its own transmission system. This meant that the car as a whole emerged with a limited slip differential, an adaptation usually seen in cars made for high-speed off-road driving. So while DAF did join the Formula 3, their real successes were in rallying. Lots of rallying. The real Siluro, had it ever been produced, would have been a mud-sliding, gravel-eating sports car. That must be great for the paint. Now, I was very happy when the DAF people allowed me to come visit, measure, photograph and even sit in their car. But it soon turned out the sneaky museum people had a sneaky ulterior motive. See, they were planning their next temporary exhibition. Blik op de weg in de 90er jaren. Which can be very loosely translated as 90s! Hey! I love the 90s! And since Stunts is a 90s game, they asked me if I could make Stunts with the Siluro into an exhibit. Wait. Huh? What? Stunts in a museum? Count me in. But I couldn't do it alone. I needed technical skills. Lots of technical skills. I immediately started getting all sorts of advice from the stunts community. Daniel 3D helped, and especially Duplot jumped in big time. The man is not just a driving wizard, he's also a coding wizard. And he has his own YouTube channel with stunts videos, so I'm definitely putting him in the description. But the biggest and least expected help came from the people of the HomeComputerMuseum in Helmond. They supplied and installed an original DOS machine that automatically starts the game, making the whole thing actually work as a museum exhibit. And to think that at their own place they have hundreds of these computers. It's like a candy shop, except the next person can also eat the candy. Amazing. Now, my second visit I had to postpone a bit, for the same reasons that I haven't released another Pro Academy episode yet. But I'm finally here. Stunts as an exhibit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks a little... It is. It's frozen. So, good thing that it's a 90s computer. One hard reset later, and it's ready to go. Now, if you are viewing this and you are from the DAF Museum, maybe go do something else with your ears closed for a minute. Because I was supposed to completely secure this thing from user inputs. So that nobody could say, leave a high score with the name ass. Like, you know, all very mature people do. But it turned out to not be entirely technically possible. So I'm here now. And people have made some new tracks. Now, had somebody drawn something inappropriate, they could have just reset the machine to how I supplied the software. Matter of minutes, no big deal. But that hasn't happened. Most of these tracks are just accidental copies of the ones I supplied, but the one is an actual track. and it doesn't have a high score yet. This means that no visitor has completed a full run of the track without replay handling. And at this point, I figure I know why. There's no sound, and a slippy car like this is very hard to drive without sound. But I struggle on, and I get it done. Now to enter my name in the Hall of Fame. Overdrive. Definitely overdrive. Because I would definitely not want to be mistaken for a mature person. It's not long after that I figure out that those are the volume up and down buttons. And now there is sound. And I raise a bit more. It's a great experience, and these old monitors really do blend the pixels a little bit, so the dashboard looks great. The flickering screen you're seeing at home is also just a camera artifact. The in-person experience is smooth. So I drive around for a bit on the track I made out of classic Zandvoort. Now one thing I like to say is that Stunts is at its best when you can pretend the miles per hour are kilometers per hour. And this project gave me a chance to try that out literally. I upscaled this tiny car about 1.6 times and upped its speed to match, and I replaced the game's mentions of miles per hour with kilometers per hour. And it works really well, even if I do say so myself. The rest of the 90s exhibition are mostly cars, some a little more 90s than others. You can walk from a truck cabin straight into an ambulance, and there is a James Bond era Lotus Esprit that's been in the Cannonball Run. Another beautiful car, much bigger than the DAF Siluro, but very tiny next to a truck. And then it happens. Other visitors start coming in, and people are having fun with stunts. These children are having a great time driving into the slaloms. I'd also like to thank them for allowing me to feature this sneakily captured footage of them. This other girl actually really impresses me. She's got stunts talent. I think her family may have gotten bored with waiting for her to crash. Good corners. Do you want to try to sneakily beat my sneakily set high score on a sneakily added track? Then you'll need a museum ticket. Lots of No, actually you only need one. Blik op de weg in de 90 jaren can be visited until the end of September in the DAF Museum in Eindhoven. Now I still want to do some things with the Siluro to maybe even make it competition ready. But for now I'm adding a download link to the exact version of the game that I put in the museum in the description. I'm gonna leave you now with a little screensaver video I made for the museum computer, showing off all the paint jobs I made for the Siluro, and some music to get your 90s on. If this video does not get muted, next time I might put a little more effort into the transitions. Enjoy! You guys stay awesome and keep visiting museums.
Side Let me take you to the promised land. You and I together we stand. Let me guide you to tomorrow. Let me free you from the sorrow. Let me take you to a place I know. Soul to soul, baby it shows. Let me free you from the sorrow. Let me guide you to tomorrow. I'll show your hardcore feelings with your raving meanings from the bottom of your soul. Hardcore feelings with raving meanings. I feel I'm gonna lose control. If the beat's kicking hard and the beat's kicking low, would you give me one more chance? Hardcore feelings with raving meanings. I feel I like to dance.